Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5. I cannot believe this is already the 5th video that I'm making for this farmhouse. I am so excited. I wanted to tell you that with this video I'm narrating it from home after I recorded all of these clips, and I'm going to add in some old photos to kind of put things into perspective. Maybe you're new to my channel. If you are, please subscribe. And if you're not new, then welcome back and thank you so much for hanging in there with me on this crazy journey. So this is the main foyer of the house when you walk in, and there used to be a door right in the corner next to the stairs that has been removed and new boards have been put up there. That way it's just not an awkward corner. So this is the living room. So the pictures I originally took are a little deceitful because that wallpaper hid a ton of damage. So now with all the plaster down, we're able to seal the walls and insulate them really well, so it'll be a lot healthier to live in and be a lot more efficient. And guys, I absolutely love this ceiling. I'm trying to convince my dad to leave at least one of the rooms open so you can see these awesome beams. And here's the fireplace in that room. Right above that, a lot of the plaster has been removed from the bricks. I'm not sure yet what will happen with that. It'd be really cool to leave them exposed. Here is the dining room, and this was the room I had the highest hopes for in saving, but come to find out that was all just a lie because there was multiple layers of drywall over plaster and it was just a mess. Raccoons had gotten in that ceiling and crapped everywhere, and also there was snakeskins up there and snakeskins in the wall. So just for sanitary reasons and for the fact that it really wasn't stable, it all had to come down. Once everything's stripped down, my dad wants to get all the walls sprayed to hold down any dust or anything that might fly through the air that you don't want to be breathing in. Here's a quick clip of my dad. He loved all of your comments last time.
Recording me now, Laura. Oh my. It's a lot of work. And then they had these padded out, the only door. Damn, that's a good one. Look at that. That's spliced. I saw him put another scab on here and tighten that up.
So I know you all remember this hallway. I don't have any pictures of it, but this was the closet that had those creepy scratch marks all down the door. We decided that that front door was probably the main door, and this was the main foyer before any additions were added on. It had that little odd hallway to the left there that connected to that pink bedroom, and we decided to remove this door, and that's going to be just one solid wall because you don't need two doors into the bedroom. So here's kind of a cool shot of the mantelpiece in that bedroom. It was literally being pushed off the wall because that fireplace was crumbling. So this is what we're going to call the master bedroom, and this is when it was first gutted out. They have now cleaned up all of that scrap plaster and all of the wood. And this room also has an awesome ceiling, although you can see the metal right there. So without insulation, I'm sure in the summertime this room will cook. So here is a good shot of that door that's going to be removed. And obviously we'll keep the door in case we need it somewhere else in the house. But there's also a window that is going to sit right next to that front porch that my dad is considering removing, just for privacy reasons, assuming that someone will use this as a master bedroom. He said you don't want someone looking in the window at you, but I said that's what curtains are for. But as I've said a million times, this is not all up to me. I can say whatever I want, but he's still going to do what he wants. And this is an awesome mouse nest that was in the wall. So here is a shot of the kitchen. Nothing has really changed here except for that humongous hole in the wall, and that is where the window was removed and all the wood around it was rotted. So this is on the back porch where the roof was repaired. It was sealed and some of the beams have been replaced or braced with new beams, and unfortunately there was still rain leaking through, so that back section of roof is going to have to be replaced. I'm prepared. So yes, that back half of the house, the roof is going to have to be replaced. It's also going to include over the kitchen because there was literally a chimney with no extra supports. It was just sitting and the roof had started caving in around it, and that used to connect to, I'm assuming, some type of stove or something in the kitchen, but the stove was gone. Also, someone came out and looked at the barn and said that they thought it would be a pretty simple fix. Of course, it'll be a ton of work, but the barn is fixable, just like I thought. Hopefully this winter they can work on replacing some of the beams and supporting pieces that are rotting away. I'm realizing how much I talk with my hands, I'm sorry. And lastly, as far as house updates, so some sad news is that my dad is going to have the baseboards replaced in the house. They'll be replaced with the extra wide boards, but they won't be, you know, painted with lead paint and stuff like those are. Also, my dad's really concerned about the cleanliness, as he should be, and with the baseboards being placed over top of the plaster, there's just no really neat way to do it, and there's a lot of stuff trapped in the walls behind the baseboards. This is what my dad's telling me, so I'm just saying it to you because I feel like we're all in this together at this point, and I just want to be completely open and honest with you guys every step of the way. So those, they're going to be coming off, and also he mentioned that a lot of the electrical outlets are in the baseboards, and he wants to add a lot more outlets because there's like maybe one per room right now, and I think the code is like every 6 or 8 feet or something there's supposed to be one. That is my dad's profession, not mine, so you know, I just remember what I can. Oh, I also wanted to tell you guys about the drone that I got. It was really awesome. I flew it around my house. Then I took it out to the farm 3 different times and it would not work. And I think because it was a Wi-Fi drone and it just like didn't want to pair to my phone unless I was on Wi-Fi, and it just like was not working. And you know, I think I spent $160 on it or something. If I'm going to spend that amount on something, I want to make sure that it works. And so I sent it back to Amazon and they're going to refund me, and I'm going to be looking for a new drone. And if you guys know of any that take good quality video, I like the one that I had because it took 4K video and it was a selfie drone, so it was smaller. I don't really care about the size, but if you guys have any suggestions, just leave it in the comments. But today my little brother came out to the farm with me, and he had this little, like this big, little tiny $12 drone that happened to take video. So I said, well, just record a little video for me. And I was watching the monitor, and oh my gosh, it was so funny. The video is horrible, like, but I'm gonna show you guys anyway because I don't know, I was cracking up as it was recording it. So here's a few seconds of that. So the last thing I have to tell you guys is a story. Maybe we should have a dramatic lighting change. I want to take a little bit of time at the end of each one of these farm videos and to give you guys a little story that I've heard about this farm and just kind of share them for fun. So this story is a bit of a spooky one. No, I'm just kidding. It's not really that spooky. So my dad was moving around some dirt outside the house, and he came across 4 tombstones in the yard near the driveway. They have names and dates of birth and death, and one is like 11 years old, one's like 2 years old, there's one that's like 9 years old, and I can't remember the last one. But he's like, oh my god, like these are all freaking kids, these are babies. And I'm sorry that I laugh, just because I know how this ends. So the names are like Yankee, Billy, some other name, And turns out that it's the previous owner's dogs. And she had the local funeral home come out and make tombstones and do the whole like funeral thing for her dogs. And these are not little stones. These are like human-sized stones. So I know she spent a few $100s at least on each one. I don't know how much tombstones cost. You guys can tell me. But she must have really loved her dogs, and I have just never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, I've seen them for horses, if someone has like, you know, like a race horse or something. And in this area, there's a lot of Civil War history, so it's really common to have like little plots for Civil War soldiers or, you know, family cemeteries. And so it didn't really surprise me that there would be a cemetery somewhere, but I wasn't expecting a cemetery for dogs. So I have more stories that I want to share with you guys, weird little things like this, but I have to look into some things more before I can share some of them. That's not even the craziest thing I want to tell you guys, but I really have to do some more research first. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!